Happy post-lunch. I hope everyone enjoyed that extra little bit of time we had. We are waiting on some amendments from legislative staff and editing. And in the meantime, we're going to pick up some revised fiscal notes with Nolan. And so Nolan, the floor is yours.
Great. For the record, Nolan Langwell, the Joint Fiscal Office. I will say that if you go to the memo, I added a chart to the memo showing that if you did a $50 fee, what it would look like. I also made changes referencing not calling anything a pass-through fee, but calling the privilege fee, and I changed that throughout all the fiscal notes. So that's the only change in the fiscal notes. But in light of the conversation before, I figured it would be helpful for folks to get a sense of what a $50 fee would look like relative to the revenue reductions. So if you go to the memo, you can see that I've made that change.
Thank you.
Otherwise, I don't have anything new to report. I'm happy to answer any questions that may have arisen between earlier and now. The other clarification I did make on there was the two pieces. One was I put the current fees also in there so you can see what the fee is and how often it's paid. So you'll see, like for instance, for mental health counselors, it's currently a $200 fee and it's paid on odd years. Whereas physical therapists, it's $150 and it's on even years. So you get a sense of not just what the current fee is, but what the timing of those fees are. Yeah, that's the only other change that I am aware that I made that I can recall.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm like lost in trying to find the right memo.
Oh, I can't find it.
We might be having an IT difference of opinion with you, Nolan.
Oh.
Refreshed because
I did.
I did repost all of them.
So Nolan, the new memo doesn't have a TBD in the final column, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have it.
Stay tuned, please.
I do.
You do?
Maybe it's
Right here.
cached.
Mine worked after I pushed refreshed.
Yeah.
Just that.
Okay.
Oh, look at you.
I'm gonna close my browser window and reopen it rather than refreshing, just in case anyone needed to hear that out of my mouth. You probably didn't. Okay.
Oh,
So I'm waiting.
No,
I closed the window, I went back to our homepage,
sure?
I went back to the.
Like go to browser history, go to cat.
I'm so quiet.
I'm just gonna look at
Okay.
Carl's computer.
We are having IT issues.
I did email it directly to the chair. If you look in your email.
Thanks, Nolan.
That's
I'm
service.
confused. Which document?
When I sent it to Sorsha, I CC'd
So
the chair.
we're looking at the memo from Nolan and the final column is gray if you have the right version.
IT wins every time.
DVDs are still there.
Estimated $50 fee.
It's so
Okay.
bad. I have to
Does everyone have that?
Where is it on the
Right.
document? I mean, I see the TBD still.
That's the wrong document.
Yeah.
Portia, can you email everyone?
Gotta
these
shut it
documents?
down
Yes.
and refresh.
Thank you.
I shut it down, I shut down
Okay.
the browser. I came,
Portia's gonna email everyone the document.
Means it'll show up on our computers exactly at that moment.
That's true. Then that will cause the internet to work.
Incidentally, Madam Chair, while we're looking, I was speaking
We
to
are still live.
okay,
Just wanna make sure. Okay.
youngsters outside, fine students. I suggested to them that when they leave, that they try to figure out around the table who's a Republican, who's a Democrat.
Oh, fascinating.
We pride ourselves on working on the bill, on to get something done.
Yep.
Not being partisan within the walls, so you're good
So I'll
to
rein it
go.
back in and get myself to the center.
That's all right.
Use Marsha.
Okay, I think, is everyone now ready to go with the correct documents in front of them?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, Nolan, can you tell us about your new memo?
Oh, happy to.
Thanks.
So I've added a few things. First, I have added a new column. I got rid of that TBD and added on the far right, you'll see a gray column that is estimated revenue with a $50 fee to give you a sense of what it would be, what an offset might look like with a $50 fee. I also added a column in the middle that says current fee when paid, and parentheses, and when paid, so that you can see what the current fee is and how often it's paid. So for instance, for mental health counselors, you'll see that the current fee is $200 and it's paid on odd years. With physical therapists, you'll see it's $150 and it's paid on even years. And then with audiologists and SLPs, $240 also on even years. So that you have a sense of what the difference is. And it also helps highlight that these are 2-year fees. Finally, to Representative Brannigan's concern or clarification, because it wasn't clear, I did add a footnote pointing out that those are the number of current number of Vermont licensees from states that have signed onto the compact and not new people coming on. So hopefully this new version, it helps provide a little more clarity based on the conversations we had earlier.
So Nolan, even though you can't, I imagine you can't actually estimate this, it is possible that we would have folks in other states who would be paying our privilege fee who are not currently engaged in any of this.
Correct.
Okay.
And the flip side of that is that there's going to be potentially, as more states sign on to the compact, we'll see more revenue reduction as well.
Okay. Any questions for Nolan?
My kind of audience.
Really? Like even including the first half?
No, actually, I'd like questions. I like the back and forth.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
So, and I believe we also have new language posted.
If I refresh. And they're all labeled Ways and Means Draft 1.
Oh, it's there. Okay. Katie and Amarin, how would you like?
I don't think there's a magic order, whichever one you want to
I have no preference.
go it down.
Find your ways in whichever way you would like. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for your quick work.
No problem. Katie McLean, Office of Legislative Counsel. When we met this morning, we talked about the counseling compact and you asked that I come back with language about fees, $50 fee for the privilege to practice in Vermont for licensees that are in remote compact states. So what you have in front of you is 2 instances of amendment, and you are amending the House Healthcare amendment. So I spoke with the clerk, and the assumption is that the vote will be taken first on the healthcare. That will become what we call, what is the bill, and then we're amending the bill. So essentially, you're amending what they're doing. So you're inserting a new section, Section 3, into Title 26, which is the OPR title. We're adding it to an existing section on fees in the licensed mental health counselor chapter. So you'll see in what is now subsection A, that's all existing law about applicants who are getting a Vermont-only license to be a licensed mental health counselor. That language is not changing besides getting the subsection A designation. And then there's a new subsection B. This is a licensee of a remote state under the counseling compact established in subchapter 2 of this subchapter shall pay a biennial $50 privilege to practice fee. And then you're renumbering the remaining section to be numerically correct, meaning because we're adding a 3, the effective date, the effective date section bumps down to section 4. And then you're deleting the newly renumbered section 4 effective date section, and you're putting a new effective date section in to reflect the fact that there is a new section of the bill. So the effective dates, the effective date section itself in section 2, which was the section added in healthcare, take effect on July 1 of 2023. And then the compact and the fees take effect on July 1, 2024.
And I just want to clarify that this is one compact that already exists.
Yes.
We don't need a delay in case not. Okay, great, thank you.
You know, you've got a repetition in line 4 at the beginning, I think, that the bill is amended, the bills be amended.
Okay, thank you. The bill be.
That's the kind that we're allowed to just fix,
Well,
right? Scribner's, does that count as a Scribner's error?
I'll just give you a fresh version. We'll call it 1.2.
Okay,
And I'll give Saoirse a clean draft when I get back to my office.
thank you. Any other questions?
Just because I don't know, why are we waiting another year to implement the fees?
I'm not sure why
That wasn't.
healthcare, OPR asked for that from healthcare, and I can't remember the rationale behind it.
The
No, that was the
compact exists,
request.
and it starts at the same time the compact exists.
Oh, that's
Right?
That's right, yeah.
I'm not following. So I know that the original bill had July 1, 2023 as the effective date for when we would enter the compact, and OPR asked healthcare to push that out a year. And then go ahead.
So, and then the fee, the new fee starts at the same time the new
Yes.
compact starts.
Correct.
Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
And so the first effective date is just the effective,
It's the effective date section, and it's also the fingerprinting that was added next door.
any other questions? Okay. Does anyone need anything else before we voted on this amendment? Would folks like to walk through all 3 amendments and then vote on all 3 amendments? Or would you rather do one at a time? No preference at all?
Let's do one at a time.
One at a time, okay, great. Do you have a question?
Did we hear back from OPR on various things?
Like what?
Didn't you track a whole list of questions?
There was one about, I think someone sent an email and got their questions answered. Did you have questions outstanding?
The military question, and then the bonding and insurance.
Ah, yes.
And wasn't there like can we change the are we allowed to change the language?
We are not changing the language. We are allowed to add statute in Vermont that's on the sort of the outside of the compact, which is what we're doing.
Correct. So the compact language itself, you can't change, and you're not changing. You're adding additional sections that are not part of the compact.
And we feel that the compact language is sufficiently descriptive, or we have no say over it, so it doesn't matter.
Yes,
We're gonna stick with the 50?
yes. If,
I had reservations just
Yes.
because of the fiscal issues and didn't know what they were or how big they were until we already talked
Well-
about 50. And
should we look back at the memo? The joint fiscal memo?
yeah, the memo includes 50. You could just double that and quickly figure out.
Yes, that's what I'm saying,
Reduces
yes.
the loss.
Yes.
I share Representative Anthony's concerns, but we heard from the parties who have their reasons why, starting with 50, and we recognize that we can change it in another year or so, which we may very well need to.
Mhm.
I would support doubling it another year once we find out how much money we're losing.
My only retort is, frankly, at 100, it's still barely half of what a full licensee would be from Vermont only. So someone is practicing essentially at half price. Otherwise, we would have to have them licensed here, and it would be twice the 100.
And we may
You
remember
could see from Nolan's.
George Till's, Representative Till's comment when we went through this 2 years ago. It was something that was essentially said, well, heck, I'll get a cross-border, license and not have to get one in Vermont, save the money, do the same work.
But what's different about this one,
Yeah.
I mean, is that you do still need to get the license and then you sort of get the privilege, but yes, yeah.
So, but his issue made sense as a consideration on where we are, but I'll stick with 50.
I know that OPR was comfortable with the 50 and the administration, so we could have in, if folks want, was comfortable with the 50. And more than that, we enter into a space where we're not sure if the compact will work as well anymore. Same with, cannabis fees. If we set them too high, no one enters the market. And I do think that when we have more information, adjusting them makes a lot of sense. But I think with sort of nascent things, sometimes it's helpful to go in a little low.
Oh, wait, this isn't gonna start until 24, so we won't have more information by the end of the session, by the end of the biennium. Well,
But we might have more research done by, next year even.
right,
Yeah.
okay.
And maybe other states will decide that they will charge more, to cover their costs more, and then every state will charge what it actually costs, or nearer. Maybe all states will say 100, and then every state will be benefited.
States.
Would folks like to be able, so, there's also the conversation that we had when we were just going through regular OPR fees about healthcare professionals' ability to pay fees and interest in paying fees, given the shortage of healthcare professionals. But I don't want to speak for OPR. I'm just trying to remember what they said last time that we were in, and they're not available right now. So we can wait until tomorrow and see if we can get OPR in tomorrow to discuss this further.
Yeah. Aren't they also looking at other ways beyond fees to fund their work, so?
Anyone have any? Yeah,
Let's do it.
you want to do it? Okay, okay.
Yeah. We need as many professionals here serving our state as possible.
Okay. Representative Anthony, are you comfortable voting?
No, I'm comfortable. I'm going to support it either way.
Great.
I know OPR is pointing out to us repeatedly how up against the wall they are, and I just think it's, why postpone the seemingly inevitable, but I'll go with it.
Great, thank you. Okay.
All right, Andrews?
Did we have a motion?
Oh, no, sorry.
And you still have a question?
I'm just,
No, it's okay.
I'm having the first instance of amendment, I'm having difficulty finding the portion of statute 3 VSA 123J1. I'm just,
Like you can't find it on the
I
website?
can't find it on I can find 123 and I just can't find the 327.
Representative Taylor, I am so grateful that you were here and you were looking for that.
Well, maybe, this might be a waste of
Every
time.
committee.
It's probably hidden somewhere that I can't find it.
Awesome.
Well, let's take a look.
Ready for a motion?
No, we are going to make sure that the amendment is correct first.
The electronic version should have all the most recent updates, right?
Yeah, oh, well, yeah, I think so.
J1.
And does it say fees under, is there a 327? I was just trying to find where it set the application of 150.
This is a descriptor for section 2. And
Okay,
this is section 3. So it's trying to give you information about the title of section 2. Section 2, which is the healthcare amendment, amends 3 VSA 123J1. And it, because it's not titled in their amendment, they're just amending the subdivision. That's why we're listing it out instead of having a name like effective dates.
But are you amending this portion of law, the J?
Yes, it is in the healthcare committee's amendment. It is not
Is
being
this
amended.
portion in there? The part, this thing down here?
No, this is a
Okay,
different
that's in the-
section of law. This is.
It's just, it's a little strange to have it amend.
Yeah, so
It
this
says
is
it
a
has-
descriptor. So by inserting a new subsection 3 after section 2, which is 3 VSA 123, to read as follows.
Okay,
Does
so it's
that-
after that section.
Yeah, so in essence, we're sticking in this new section 3 after section 2, which is an amendment to 3 VSA 123.
Okay,
Is that clear?
not really, but that's all right. I
And
can,
that's where it goes
as long
from
as,
there.
I can think about it later, as long as you're okay with it.
I'm okay with
I
it.
can figure it out
Did
later.
you, if you pull up the healthcare committee's amendment,
Okay. I
and
can
then
look there.
look at that and you'll see that that is section 2, and you'll see what the amendment to 3 VSA 123 is.
Got it. Okay, I can do that. Thank you.
Okay.
Generally, these little things I find go nowhere and it's me not looking in the right place, so.
I know, but one out of every whatever times, if it is something, it will be so worth it. So thank you for your attention to detail. Every committee needs one person with a fine attention to detail, so thank you. Can I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move that we vote on, H, geez,
Ways and Means Amendment 1.2?
Ways and Means Amendment 1.2, yes, for
62.
H 62.
Second, sorry.
Second.
Thank you. Representative Demrow moved it and Representative Sims seconded. Can we have will you please call the roll?
And I just want to be clear, we're voting on each 62 amendment, correct?
The Ways and Means Amendment.
Yes. Andrews, yes. Anthony,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Brannigan,
Yes.
Demrow,
Yes.
Maslin, Mattos, Odie,
Yes.
Sims,
Yes.
Taylor,
Yes.
Canfield,
Yes.
Kornheiser.
Yes.
1101.
And then can I have a motion on the underlying bill, the bill as amended?
Madam Chair, I move that we vote on H 62.
Second.
Representative Demrow moved it and Representative Maslin seconded. You call the roll?
Sure.
And you can, I think you can do that on the same sheet,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Yes. Just another column.
Andrews, yes. Anthony,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Brannigan,
Yes.
Demrow,
Yes.
Maslin,
Yep.
Mattos, Odie,
Yes.
Sims,
Yes.
Taylor,
Yes.
Canfield,
Yes.
Kornheiser.
Ties too tight.
Yes.
1101.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just so folks know, I'm checking with Representative Mattos before,
Yeah.
well in advance of any vote we make over the next few weeks.
And Representative Mattos is home with an infant.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Thank you, Katie. Amarin, I think you have 2 amendments for us.
Two.
Thank you.
Actually, for the record, Amber Average, Legislative Council. I apologize, I just sent Sorcia 2 updated versions, so it might take a moment to load.
Oh, no.
Well, and you can refresh here.
We're gonna vote.
And I'm just gonna forward this to committee because it's gonna, the
Okay.
posting process might take longer than.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you have a preference which bill we start with? I have 2 H77 and H86.
Let's do 77 because it comes first numerically.
Perfect.
These are the kind of tough decisions that I am prepared for.
Happy one.
So H77, as you may recall, is an act relating to Vermont's adoption of the Physical Therapy Licensure Compact. So this amendment has one instance of amendment, which would strike out Section 3, the effective dates of the bill as amended by House Healthcare, and insert in lieu thereof a new Section 3 and a new Section 4. This is to insert new fee language. So Section 3, the new Section 3 would amend 3 VSA Section 125, the fees section within Title 3. This is under the fee section for OPR's professions, although as you saw from the previous amendment with Katie, there are some licensing fees tucked within professions within Title 26, but many refer to this Title 3, Section 125 for their fee section. So within subsection B, unless otherwise provided by law, the following fee shall apply to all professions regulated by the director. And then under subdivision 4, biennial renewal, $240. This is the standard if professions don't have a specific biennial fee set within their statutes or elsewhere in here. And then it makes an exception from that biennial renewal for physical therapists and assistants. So customarily $150 for a license on a biennial basis. Then we added new language here, except that a licensee of a remote state under the Physical Therapy Licensure Compact established in 26 VSA Chapter 38, Subchapter 5, shall pay a biennial $50 privilege to practice fee. And then there is a new Section 4, if you scroll down onto the second page. This act shall take effect on July 1st, 2023, except that Section 1, the Physical Therapy Licensure Compact, and Section 3, fees, shall take effect on July 1st, 2024.
Is that because the renewal for them is in 2024, not in 23? Is that for that?
The license fees are usually done on a biennial basis.
Yeah, right. So they're one of those ones that's offset by, some of them are this year, some of them are next year.
Mm-hmm.
And this compact is already in existence and we're just joining it?
Yes,
It's not one with a trigger?
correct.
Okay. Any other questions?
Privilege fee is annual, not biennial.
The licensure fees are for OPR typically done on a biennial basis, not on an annual basis.
But the privilege
As it is currently drafted is set for $50 biennially.
biennial, okay,
Yes, rather than 150.
got it. Thank you.
Anyone else? And again, full acknowledgement that this is really good public policy for public health and for workforce development and continues a difficult trend with some of the OPR funds. That we are hoping to fix separately. And I hope that everyone will continue the project of fixing it separately, because I think that's not looped track of that this year. Okay. Anyone want to make a motion?
I'll move that we find this favorable version 1.2,
1.1.
1.1.
Ways and Means Amendment 1.1, H77.
Second.
Representative Anthony made the motion and Representative Demrow seconded. Can you call any discussion? Can you call the roll?
Sure.
Thanks.
Andrews, yes. Anthony,
Yes,
Beck,
Yes.
Brannigan,
Yes.
Demrow,
Yes.
Aslan.
Yep.
Mattos, Bodie,
Yes.
Sims,
Yes.
Taylor,
Yes.
Canfield,
yes.
Kornheiser.
Yes, he wasn't cut.
Oh, I'm sorry,
okay.
11-0. I thought I was done.
And then the underlying bill or the amended bill?
Sure.
Thanks.
Second.
Representative Maslin, Representative Anthony seconded on the underlying bill. If you want to, any discussion? Do you want to call the roll?
Sure. Andrews? Yes. Anthony?
Yes.
Beck?
Yes.
Brannigan?
Yes.
Emro?
Yes.
Maslin? Matos? Bodie?
Yes.
Sims?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Canfield?
Yes.
Kornheiser?
Yes.
All right, 11-0-1.
And then I believe there's another amendment.
There is.
This is really quite tedious. Okay.
Moving on to H86, an act relating to Vermont's adoption of the Audiology and Speech Language Pathology Interstate Compact. This amendment would amend the bill as amended by House Healthcare by striking out Section 6, which is the effective date section in its entirety, and inserting in lieu thereof a new Section 6 and a Section 7. So Section 6 will look very familiar to you from the last amendment you just reviewed. This is amending Section 125, the fees section in Title III. We are amending the same subsection B about fees, and then in subdivision 4, biennial renewal. For audiologists and speech language pathologists, there is no fee set within their respective profession sections in Title 26, so they default to the biennial renewal fee of $240 unless otherwise specified. We're adding a new subdivision T within subdivision 4 to say that a licensee of a remote state under the Audiology and Speech Language Pathology Interstate Compact established in 26 VSA Chapter 87, Subchapter 2, shall pay a biennial $50 privileged practice fee. In Section 7, which is now the new effective date section, the act will take effect on July 1st, 2023, except Sections 1 to 3, which those relate to the compact itself. And then Section 6, the new Section 6 we just covered, fees shall take effect on July 1st, 2024. And that's it.
Any questions, comments, thoughts?
I'll move it.
Thank you.
Have I a deal for you?
Second.
Thank you. Representative Anthony moved it, Representative Demrow seconded. Any discussion? I think we're gonna get another one of these in a couple days too, everyone.
No doubt.
So on this one, we are not changing the fee. Did we change anything? The effective date, yeah. That's it, I think. Unless I missed it.
It's in the, it's there, it's the 50.
Section 6.
Yeah.
But again,
What changes did we make?
in this amendment for H86,
Yes.
it adds a new fee just for remote state licensees for the Audiology and Speech Language Pathology Compact in Section 6,
And how much is that?
$50.
Biennial.
I must have the wrong version. Mine says shall take effect July 1st in '23. And sections 1 to 3 take effect July 1, but there's nothing about a $50 fee.
It's online.
I must have the
You
wrong.
have the version that I sent earlier.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We're having,
Trying to coordinate the three got a little complicated.
1.2.
It's not, it's 1.1, the header wasn't updated, so I have 1.1.
It's 1.1, the last one on the list then.
I sent it to you via email though,
Oh,
it's probably pulling up the old version.
that's why I can't get it. Okay, sorry.
no, it's fine. You should know what you're voting on. Yeah.
I've got it now. Okay, thank you.
Thanks for asking. And this compact also has enough states as members of it that it now exists, right?
It appears to, going from the map on the commission website, it has more than 10, which was the trigger, so.
Great, thank you. Any further discussion?
Ditto what you've said about the previous bills.
Yes, thanks. I actually thought about saying it again and decided I would not, so thanks for doing it.
Is that
Yeah,
in the first instance of amendment?
Are you on 86?
I am on 86, page 1, line 6.
86.
I'm just want to know whether that's the way that it's usually phrased.
Line
First, by
6.
striking out section 6, effective date its entirety. Do you mean in its entirety
I
or?
do mean in its entirety.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Wow, Kurt.
He is.
Kurt.
want some cookies?
Yeah.
Well, that one just jumped out at me.
I'll wait for 1.2.
Okay, that's gonna be 1.2 we're voting on. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ledge Council hire that man.
Okay, any further discussion? Do folks want to see 1.2 or trust that in will be in it?
I'm okay.
Then we can trust
Trust her.
Okay, great, thank you. So with that, please call the roll.
Andrews, yes. Anthony,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Brannigan,
Yes.
Demrow,
Yes.
Maslin.
Yep.
Mattos, Odie,
Yes.
Sims,
Yes.
Taylor,
Yes.
Canfield,
Yes.
Kornheiser,
Yes,
1101.
thank you. And Representative Andrews is going to be reporting our compact bills, and so. Oh, we didn't vote the underlying bill. Thank you. I need a motion, another motion.
Move underlying bill.
Thank you. The underlying bill.
Demrow second.
Okay, who made the original motion?
Maslin.
Representative Maslin made the original motion. Demrow seconded. If you could call, is there any further discussion? Can you call the roll, please? Thank you. Thank you,
Andrews,
Saoirse.
yes. Anthony,
Yes.
Beck,
Yes.
Brannigan,
Yes.
Demrow,
Yes.
Maslin,
Yep.
Mattos, Odie,
Yes.
Sims,
Yes.
Taylor,
Yes.
Canfield,
Yes.
Kornheiser,
Yes.
1101.
Thank you. Representative Andrews is going to report all of the compact bills, so if we could all cheer her on and support her in that process.
Did you get to do them all together?
I hope not. Maybe, and I hope we don't bundle bills like this in the future. It was more confusing than it needed to be, and so I appreciate everyone bearing with me on this process, and I really appreciate your quick work to get it
Yeah,
done.
thanks, Sam.
Yeah.
May we not rush this bad in the future. And we have a whole 45 minutes left.
Wow.
Yeah. So, folks, we are going to start working on sports, unless something happens, which things happen, but we're likely going to work on sports wagering and family medical leave next week. Saoirse's going to send them around as they left the committees this weekend. They're both pretty complex bills, and so really encourage folks to read them over the next, you could even start reading them now, or over the weekend, and be in touch, start writing down your questions so that we're like really ready to dive into both of them. And we'll likely mix some other bills in there, but that's going to be pretty much the work for the next week.
Is it
And-
possible to get those now so we can print them?
I don't think either of them have been voted out yet, but we will, as soon as we have them, we will get them to you. And with that, I'll see everyone tomorrow.